Hi, good morning. It's great to be here at Sensors Converge 2025. We've been exhibiting here since 2018, and it's fantastic to see a really well-attended show. We've had lots of great client interaction, and it's given us an opportunity to showcase our existing products and a few new ones. So the first thing I want to speak about is introduce the new brand Ion Sense. It's a brand we launched earlier this year in January, and I'd just like to explain why we've done that. Our business has two elements. We have an instrumentation side of the business and a sensor side of the business. The instrumentation side of the business is retaining the name Ion Science, and for our sensor division, we're bringing that out under a brand called Ion Sense. And the reason we're doing that, it just makes it a little easier for our clients to understand where to go on our websites, who to speak to, and it allows us to give that focus on both product lines. I'd just like to give a little history on how we got into PID and where that journey's taken us. So when Ion Science started, we were a leak detection company. We had equipment for measuring helium coming out of things like engine blocks, and people wanted to move away from helium because it was expensive, and we developed our first photoionization detector. This thing was about the size of a baked potato back in 1998. In 1999, our current managing director, Duncan Johns, joined the business, and he had a background in industrial health and safety. And in that space, people were just starting to become concerned with exposure to VOCs, volatile organic compounds. And he saw the PID sensor, which is used for monitoring VOCs. And he saw this great opportunity for the company to sort of switch from a focus on leak detection to also getting into gas detection. One of the barriers for putting PID into the industrial monitoring space was its historical issues with humidity. You could get false positives when humidity increased, and we developed what we call our fence electrode, which would protect our sensing electrode from humidity. We had a patent granted for that in 2007. We had really good traction with that product. It was a handheld product, and our client said it would be great if you could miniaturize the sensor so we could put it in devices you can wear on your lapel. And that led us to miniaturizing the technology and releasing our first Series 4 PID sensor, the MiniPid, in 2007. That was received really well, and then as it gained market traction, we were getting requests for measuring more specific chemicals. There's a real nasty group, the BTECs, very toxic at low levels. Our standard sensor would measure those along as some less harmful compounds, and we developed what's called the 10EV sensor to allow clients just to focus on that nasty group. That was really well adopted, and then we had more requests for developing sensors that could measure things like DMS and formaldehyde, and that couldn't be done with our standard lamp, so we had to do another lamp development program to drop out the 11.7 EV lamp, and again, that's had great traction. In 2014, 2015, the markets we were operating started to switch. Urban air quality monitoring became a very important and large market for us, and the demands for that application were a little different. People wanted long life lamps that people were monitoring for 1 year, so they needed a lamp that would last 1 year. So to address that, we dropped out our 10,000 hour lamp so people could have 1 year's monitoring interrupted, and they could schedule 1 year maintenance services with no risk of the lamp not working in that time. And also, people wanted to measure lower concentrations, and we developed our MiniPid 2 High Sense, which can resolve half a ppb of VOC. It's the world's most sensitive sensor. And the other bit we did with that sensor, we had feedback that our filter could burn through in 20 to 30 weeks in some applications. We redesigned our filter, and we got a patent around it so it could last up to 2 years without burning through. Then we had a couple of dropouts of some various different ranges for some other applications, and that leads us up to right now, 2025, the launch of our new Ion Sense sensor. What's special about the Ion Sense sensor? The Ion Sense sensor builds on all of the great performance attributes of the MiniPid that I've just mentioned, but we've just turbocharged a few of them. The lamp life has gone up from 10,000 hours to 15,000 hours. I mentioned about our fence electrode technology for humidity resistance. We've redesigned our fence electrode. We've got 6 times better humidity resistance. Another key thing, the new filter that I just mentioned, that's going to be across all of the Ion Sense product range. We had some feedback. Our sensor could be subjected to electromagnetic interference. We've designed the new sensor to have a full metal jacket. It's got a full Faraday cage, has incredible EMI stability. And just going back to that lamp life, we had requests to reduce the cost of ownership of the PID sensor. So having a lamp that lasts twice as long has helped address that, and we've done that in another way. The previous filter we had was integrated into the electrode stack, and if you needed to replace it, you needed to replace the whole electrode stack. Now we've got a user replaceable filter on the outside, so it's the cost of ownership of the filter from tens of pounds into pounds, and your overall cost of ownership of this sensor over 5 years is in about 30 to 40% less. So we work with a wide range of customers. We work with customers who take thousands of sensors, and we work with customers who take tens of sensors. And the resources those companies have are very different. The people who are taking thousands of sensors have dedicated R&D teams, and they can work on integrating the sensor very well in very tight form factor packages. The guys who are only taking sort of 10s, 50s or 100 sensors, they don't necessarily have the bandwidth to do a real ground up sensor integration. And to help them, we've developed two boards. The first one is the Ion Connect board. This allows you to plug the sensor in, and on board there's a micro, so you can calibrate the sensor. You can tell the board what sensor it is, for example, what detection range, what energy lamp, and the client can then interrogate that using UART or I2C. It makes it a really easy integration to the digital system. The second board we have allows people to have long-range communication with the sensor, and we use 2 industry standard protocols for that. So if you're going analog, we've got a 4 to 20 output, and if you're going digital, we've got an RS485 output on there. So Sensors Converge 2025 has been fantastic for us so far. We've met a lot of greenfield clients who've just been really enthused with our technology, and we've had a chance to engage with some existing clients and just go into a little bit of detail about what IonSense is and how it's going to benefit them going into the future. We had a great night at the award ceremony last night. It was terrific. Loads of free food and drink really got the party going, and we had a fantastic time with the people who organised the event and also other exhibitors and also clients.